Namaste, this is Jessie, and I'll be guiding you in a 15-minute practice today. You might want a block and perhaps a blanket for under your knees and a mat. I hope you enjoy. Begin in child's pose, first coming to hands and knees, widening the knees to the outer edges of the mat and drawing the toes together. Gaze forward and lift your heart center. And then as you exhale, keep your gaze looking forward as you sink your hips back and down toward your heels. Continue looking up here, settle into the hips, and then come onto the fingertips, lifting the wrists. Inhale here, get long in the front body. And as you exhale, walk the fingertips forward until first the navel draws toward the earth, then the chest, the heart center, and finally the forehead. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, press the palms into the earth, pressing the hands to draw the hips back even further. Breathe into the side ribs, the side chest, even the back ribs. Feel that sense of expansion as you inhale, and then exhale fully. Allow the elbows to come to rest on the mat. And then draw your palms together as in Anjali Mudra, but they're still overhead. And bend the elbows so that the fingertips are pointing at the sky. And from here, take a moment to set your intention for today's practice. It can be something you've been working to cultivate in your life or in your yoga practice. Breathing in, feel the energy of your intention fill every cell, every space in your body. Breathing out, surrender any attachment, and release your arms back down so the palms can touch the floor. Inhale, gaze forward and lift onto hands and knees. Draw the toes under and the knees underneath your hips. And just a few cat-cow here to warm up the body and really explore different variations of movement here that just seem to enable you to find spaces that might be a little tight, creating more opening with some intuitive movements here. And then tucking the toes under, inhale here, exhale, send the hips up and back for your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keep the knees bent first, and then from here, send one heel at a time toward the earth. One, then the other. And you can move with the breath here. Exhaling to lower the heel, inhaling to lift it again. And see if you can now do this without any movement in the hips. Can you stabilize the hips and isolate these pedaling your heels to the floor just to the knees and the ankles? Just a few more like that before we explore really allowing the hips to guide the movement next. So let one hip lift as that same heel lowers. Allow movement to come into the hips, into the pelvis, into the spine, maybe even into your neck. And then descend the knees to the earth and the hips to the heels, Bhaktasana, child's pose again here, just for a moment. Inhaling, hands and knees once more. Exhaling, tucking the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Enjoy a few breaths in downward dog. Then we'll inhale, coming forward to plank pose, the elbows over the wrists, pressing back through the heels, strong in the legs, send the tailbone toward the earth. Inhale here. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, coming into plank again. Exhale, bending the knees out wide, but not quite touching the floor, kind of like a frog hop position. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, plank. Exhale, that frog pose or frog position with knees wide, hovering. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. See if you can surrender any tension out of the neck and allow the head to dangle, wrapping the shoulder blades around the side body to support your posture. Inhale, plank. Exhale now, just lower the knees almost to touch the earth, but not quite. From here, crawl forward, hovering the knees just an inch from the earth. And then crawling backward, warming up the core, the pelvis, the shoulder girdle, just with a simple crawling movement. Then return to hands and knees and sink the hips back into Bhaktasana. Enjoy a few breaths here. Reconnecting with your intention. Return to hands and knees. And this time, bringing the knees under the hips. You can either find downward facing dog and lift the right leg, or lift the leg from hands and knees. Exhale, draw the right foot through into an Anjaneyasana lunge. And from here, coming upright, inhale the arms forward. Exhale, plug the shoulders back. And inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. And exhale, touch the floor with the hands, sending the foot back, and find your way into Bhaktasana or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Same thing on the left side, lifting the leg on an inhale. Exhale, stepping it through into a low lunge. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, plug the shoulders back. Inhale, reaching overhead. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach. And exhale, touch the floor. Tucking the back toes under and sending the leg into downward facing dog. Or you can rest in child's pose. Come to hands and knees. Find a block and face the long edge of your mat. From here, rock back onto your heels and work your way into a malasana posture that feels comfortable for you. So you might rock side to side first. And the heels can remain lifted, or the feet can come flat to the floor. Just find a position that feels sustainable for you. And from here, inhale, get tall through the spine. You might wish to sit on a block. Some people really prefer that in this posture. Or you can remain without a block. Place your left hand to the earth and inhale, reach the right arm overhead. Exhale, right hand to the earth. Inhale, left arm overhead. And find a flow here that feels fluid for your body. And then returning both hands to the earth. Lift the hips, bring the block forward, and we'll shift the weight to the right leg and extend the left leg out. You might enjoy holding the block here for a little added height. And then inhale, come through center. Exhale, send the hips to the other side. So we're just exploring this little lateral movement with the hips. And maybe you like the hands to remain on the floor. Maybe you like that extra support with the block. Breathing as you move. For more challenge, you might bring the hands to the heart center. One or two more here, feeling strength. The slower you go, the more stability you're building in the hips, in the core. Back to center in Malasana. Hands to the heart, open the chest. Inhale, reach the arms overhead and come up an inch or 3. And then exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower, hands to the earth. We'll come to the front of the mat. Find our way into an Anjani Asana, this time left leg forward. Here, reach the right arm up and overhead. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the side body. Exhale, arc over toward the left for a nice opening in the right side ribs. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step the foot back. Come back to the knees, stepping forward with the right. Inhale, left arm lifts, arcing over for a nice opening in the left side body. Both arms lift. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back. And coming onto the belly. And you might find a blanket for a pillow for the head or stack the palms. Allow the neck to get long. Soften the shoulders. In crocodile, find Shavasana instead. And just roll to one side and cradle yourself here in your arm or in the blanket. Take a few moments. Take a breath into the heart center and feel a sense of gratitude emanating out from your heart toward yourself, toward your body, toward your yoga practice. And then slowly pressing up to seated. And I thank you for sharing practice with me today. Namaste.